and in many cases even older. A diamond is sure to be the oldest at about 1 billion years old. 1 billion, and in many cases even older. A diamond is sure to be the oldest item at about 1 billion years old. 1 billion, and in many cases even older. A diamond is sure to be the oldest item you may own. To go from deep beneath the Earth's surface to your finger or around your neck, the process is both fascinating and often painstaking. The CEO of Exam Diamonds, Terry Brenner, is here to talk about this and how you can witness it firsthand. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
So these are beautiful.
Of course, absolutely.
I mean, when you hear about the process, discuss this a little bit. I mean, how long this takes and how, and as I mentioned in the intro, how painstaking it is.
Sure. It's a very capital-intensive process, and that's the thing that many people don't fully appreciate. I guess people see something in a store and there's a whole evolution before that, and at Exam Diamonds we try and give a little insight into that process, and that's what we're here to discuss today.
And you have a little, what is this, a whale?
That's a blue whale.
So this is not a diamond, for the record,
no.
but this gives an indication. Describe what this is in terms of, it gives some context of how much pressure. I mean, the mines in some cases go hundreds of feet below the surface.
Right.
Hundreds of tons of rock and sand and whatever else is dug up to eventually excavate these diamonds.
Absolutely. So the type of diamonds that you see here are mostly alluvial, and that's really where the diamonds have been released from the hard rock and deposited in these ancient riverbeds. Mm-hmm. So you're really working through a huge mass of sediment. That's what's going on. So we brought the blue whale here. Blue whale weighs 200 tons. Which is quite hefty, and that's what it takes. That's the amount of earth that you need to move to get one of these little stones over here, which is
just
about one carat of rough diamond.
We got to get a shot.
So I mean, just one of those small ones is 1 carat, and then once you move beyond that, there's a cutting and polishing process where you recover on average 35 to 50%. Mm-hmm. So you can say that a 0.35 carat stone that you see set in your finger, in your ring, you need 1 blue whale to move that.
That's mind-boggling.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Where do you find most of your diamonds?
So the majority of our stones are sourced directly from the mine. My brother Jeffrey was one of the founders of Rockwell Diamonds, which is a TSX-listed company. Mm-hmm. And so through that, we're able to source most of our product. Something that we believe very strongly in is also called beneficiation, where you cut and polish in country of origin. Okay. And that's because you don't want the skills to leave once the product leaves. So that's something that we work on as well.
I mean, no matter how you cut it, and pardon the pun, I mean, these are the process is incredible and fascinating, right. And the result is often even more so.
Right, absolutely.
I mean, just in terms of these, take a look at these diamond rings, for example.
Sure.
So these, do you know where these came from? South Africa?
Yes, we know. And then we also, sometimes you can't always choose what you get. So through my brother's 25 years in the business, we have some very strong relationships with a group that's the largest manufacturer in Southern Africa. So that's the largest diamond cutter and polisher. So some of our products also come from Botswana and Namibia.
Canada is also a big producer.
Canada is the 3rd largest producer at the moment of rough diamonds. Exactly. One of the, I think, the points for improvement is that Canada only has about 50 to 60 cutters of Canadian stones, and most of it is actually exported, cut and polished elsewhere, and then brought back into Canada. Okay. So that's something that's where hopefully there'll be.
Is the industry growing in this country? Is the skill set growing in terms of really developing the talent and keeping the talent here?
Well, I think from the mining side of it, it's become very, very advanced. You've got some big players like Dominion, which are doing very, very well right now. The cutting and polishing, we think that there is possibility for improvement for them to work on that better.
Now, there's a live auction coming up. I want you to talk about this. This is coming up on April 12th. What's happening?
Saturday night, Pediatric Oncology Group of Ontario, or POGO. And we came up with the idea, well, why don't we, if this is the process, let's give the epitome of the diamond journey. So we're offering a live auction prize. It's called the Quintessential Diamond Odyssey, and it'll be a trip for 2. They'll be hosted by my brother on the mine and at a factory in Kimberley. They'll have a 3-carat rough diamond that will then be cut and polished, and get to learn a little bit more about the process. And then the stone will be brought back to Toronto, where Exam Diamonds one of our designers will work on the design with them, and we'll make a piece, hopefully something like this.
How long would it take for a diamond to be cut? I mean, from beginning to end, from taking it out of the ground
Sure.
To actually putting it on your finger. How long would it take?
It depends on the size of the stone. So for some of the smaller sizes that you see here,
Yeah.
that could probably be about a 2 to 3 month process. When you have a larger stone like this, and that's not the real thing, that's just a paste model, that can be as long as 18 months.
Incredible.
18 months, because you really want to recover as much of the diamond as possible, because everything you lose dollars, so to speak. So it's a very, very painstaking process. You go back to the laboratory, which is GIA, which is what we recommend.
And that's the world standard, one of the world standards in terms of
Well,
determining
we trust
grade.
them. We feel that they have the most integrity, and they are most rigorous in their process, their grading process. So we rely on GIA.
Terry Brenner from Exam Diamonds, thank you so much for this.
Okay, thank you.
All right, we'll be back after this.